second most all time. Third quarter, Bucs first and goal. Brady to Evans. They're not quite at 101, but if Brady's going to play to 50, maybe they'll get there. Yeah. With the way he likes to go to Mike Evans, it's 28-10. You think the Falcons are regretting not taking Trey Lance or Matt Jones? Or
scratching the head right now.
Matt Ryan, great quarterback, no doubt. Ryan to Patterson, 2-point conversion, and suddenly, out of nowhere, this is a ball game. And then Brady to Chris Godwin. Hang on a second. Breathe easy, Tampa. It's back up to a double-digit lead. Next Falcons drive, 3rd and 4. Ryan trying to make something happen at about the 8-minute mark. It's picked off. Back the other way, and suddenly a 3-point game, boom, offensive touchdown, defensive touchdown. It's a 16-point game. And then, this is going to go down as an INT for Ryan, but sometimes that's just the way the ball bounces. His second pick six of the game. Bucs go on to win it by the score of 48-25. Remember, the Bucs brought back not just all 22, but basically their top 30 or 31 guys from a year ago, including the number one guy of all.
Yeah, I think there was defense made some huge plays. That's the great thing. Fourth quarter, 3-point game, and they made a huge stop. We went down there and scored, which was good, and then a few big turnovers. So that was great to see. And offensively, it was just we grinded it out and found a way. But obviously, we all wish we could have done some things to be more productive. But it was a good team effort.
Bruce talks about the importance of consistency. Can you just talk about the way that you guys have consistently now put 30 points up in 9 straight games? Because it's impressive.
Yeah, I think what I think, and I'm sure the other guys feel the same way, is I think we could do better. I really do. And I think we have the opportunity, the way that the games are flowing and the opportunities we're getting with the ball, we have even more opportunities. So been a little loose with the ball. Some penalties at different times that have knocked us out of some scoring drives. Some missed throws that I've had, some misreads. Certainly wish I had made a few better throws tonight. But again, good to get the win. We're 2-0, and there's a lot to build on. And just good to beat a division opponent. And we got to go on the road against a really good team next week.
In games like this where there are kind of those periods where there's a little bit of a lull or like you allow them to come back and make it a 3-point game, Mike had said, he thought you guys need to be better about being engaged. From your vantage point, what can you guys do differently to avoid making it that close?
Yeah, it's just there's a lot going on out there, especially on days like this or in the year where it's it's hot and there's everyone's pretty fatigued at different points. So we just got to find a little more rhythm and be a little more mentally tough. And we have a great group of guys. I think everyone's putting the work in. We've actually had 2 really good weeks of practice, probably better weeks of practice than we've actually had performances on the field. So we know we're leaving some out there. But again, it's good to take advantage when we're doing it. We're getting good opportunities and we're scoring points, and we just have to keep building. So again, we're out to a decent start, but we know that we can even play better football than we're playing.
Tom, Mike Edwards, we hear about.
You have to pull it down and run. What goes through your mind?
I'm thinking, let's throw it. Oh my God, I can see really well. Who's open? Let's throw it. Oh my God, what am I doing out here? Let me run forward and get on the ground as fast as I can. So I feel like I'm looking part backwards because I feel like people are gaining on me and looking ahead, but it doesn't come naturally to me. Let me say that. That's not one of my things. It's just much easier for me to stand in the pocket and throw the ball than it is to scramble for a first down. I wouldn't even call it scramble. Glide to a first down.
Tom, your confidence level in Rob, especially in the red zone, his separation, qualities to get a step on a guy. And Tom, if he ever drops the ball, you're going to be stunned, right?
I know. He's got great hands, great instincts, awareness. I think what people don't realize, he is an elite blocker. And what he does in terms of the red area, third down, blocking in the run game, you run behind him. Every run's available because you can run behind him. Catches the ball down the field, catches the ball short, run after catch, incredible hands, and that's why he's got one of those maroon jackets for one of the best 100 players in the history of the game. And I just a real privilege to play with him.
Tom, we talk about Mike Edwards being
his maroon jacket's like a 40 regular, probably a 38 slim for Brady. Brady's last game as a member of the Pats was against the Titans. Wait until you see what Tennessee did with Seattle. That's in a second. But first, the superlatives just continue, including what Tom would like the most, the team aspect of it. 9 straight wins where the team has scored at least 30 points.
Yeah, and crazy to think Tom Brady's saying they could actually be better. And you look at that offense, right? And a guy like Rob Gronkowski, to me, and Tim, I wanted to single out on Rob because that's 2 straight games, multiple touchdowns. This is a guy who walked away from the game. We thought he's probably done. Is this just a chemistry thing with him and Brady, or does he have a lot left mileage-wise?
Well, I think it's definitely chemistry. It's size and ability, even at this stage in Gronk's career. And then I think that it's, part of it is just understanding. And I think understanding from the standpoint of the coaching staff in Tampa Bay, I think has a better understanding of what Gronk can do. And probably a lot of it has come with Brady talking about, hey, you can use him in these ways because, whether it's running down the seam, which we see him do so often, we saw him do it in New England, and he's doing more of that now in Tampa Bay, or whether it's when you're down in tight in the, kind of inside the 5-yard line, just like Brady was saying, runs behind him are available, but then the play action to him coming off of that is also available. So, hey, look, here's a seam, a corner route that he catches, falls into the end zone. Then you got Mike Evans going up and be able to get the football. There's just so many weapons on this offense. As you see Chris Godwin with a really athletic play in the end zone. It is incredible, and I think finding ways to incorporate Gronk just complements everything else that they have.
And Damian, this is going to be a complete rebuild on the other side for the Falcons. I don't think anybody was particularly surprised by that. Arthur Blank, the team's owner, said he wouldn't make anyone a Falcon for life, even somebody like Matt Ryan, who he loved the way he loved Michael Vick. That relationship has been really strong, but he's not ruling it out. Where do the Falcons go here? First-year head coach, first-year GM, aging quarterback, 2 to 3 weeks into the season.
Yeah, listen, I think that, Arthur Smith is just trying to implement the culture there. Matt Ryan, I actually got to give a lot of credit to Matt Ryan. I thought he played his butt off in that game. That game could have gotten away from the Atlanta Falcons quick, fast, in a hurry. But the Atlanta Falcons, credit to them, they battled back, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to pull away again, later on in the second half. But, listen, they got some young guys that they're trying to feature. Particularly on offense for the Atlanta Falcons. At some point, they're going to have to address the quarterback position because Matt Ryan is getting up there in age. But to me, it's just all about culture right now as it relates to Arthur Smith.
So expectations obviously not that high right now in that rebuild mode for Atlanta. For the Titans, that's a completely different story, right? And in week 1, they came out flat. They did not look good. And then they get Seattle in week 2, which is no cupcake either. Right.
You would think. On the road.
Ryan Tannehill's got to be better. Julio Jones has to be better. What about Derrick Henry? This is what happened in this contest because it was a close one. Came down to the wire. And eventually, we are going to roll those highlights and going to show you what's happening. There we go. The 12s are back, baby. Been a while since we've seen that. Mid-second quarter, Seahawks trailing 6-3. Russell